Could be a swerve. Got the catch as expected, and they get the gourd.
That's what I thought, man.
Yeah, good closeout, good range, good balance. It's just so balanced right now for Aurora. While ONIC are just full in your face. That if they don't win Turtle 2 or Turtle 3 with significant kills for the Leomord, maybe even the Phobius, Aurora can win this in the long run.
The only way ONIC can actually get the gourd is through the Claude, weirdly enough.
Yeah.
For now.
Yeah.
And that's a little too dangerous.
It's expected.
It's what was left on the board.
Yeah, that's why they needed to pick up the Cho. They picked up the Valentina for safety, but you knew the Cho was coming out because of the Clint there, and even with how that a well-timed flicker is better real estate than a well-timed Purify.
Yeah.
Because once those dives are committed by ONIC and they use those abilities and RORA gets the flicker out, gap closing for the rest of ONIC is gonna be a struggle.
Okay, looking at this too, emblems pretty standard across the board. A lot of early aggression. This is what we expected from ONIC, at least, especially with that Valentina. They're actually going to go ahead and send back already. Light to reset.
Look at this. Classic ONIC, the orange gambit. Yeah. And they know they sent Light back, so King Kong will get his num-nums. That's Grand Theft Green right there.
Yep.
And it's not going to be a double green take. He won't even take his own Lizard. Skips out and helping in the clear in mid. Will go straight to his own Golem. If I'm not mistaken. Nope, it's he's doing the Golem orange pull that Leomords can do.
Yeah, going
oh no.
No, he's just getting orange, it looks like.
Oh,
mid lane.
Brusco running through two. That's just what you can do with a Cho. I like that RORA's just applying as much pressure as you can, despite them going up against the Valentina.
Yeah. So the rotation for Demon Kite was he got the gold crab up top, also got his own Lizard, and he should hit 4 after taking his orange buff.
Yeah, this main thing too for RORA to be cautious about is especially when that Brusco hits that level 4, you know, once he's on the Cho and has the kick, that's one thing. But also Super Prince, depending on what ultimate he wants to take, which will most likely be the Mystic Gush throughout the majority of this game, unless somehow you see him take something else, maybe the Avatar of the Guardian. But so far, it's one of those things where these kind of compositions, you really can't do too much till you hit some crucial level 4s across the board here.
Oh, look at this. Signature Doming winning that lane in the face of Severo's Claude. He took that gold crab like it was nothing.
Yeah, much easier for Clint to pull that off. RORA, no, they can't full commit this too hard.
Oh, this is Gush by Yue, maximum range. In comes King Kong and the jump by Light. King Kong still secures, and they punish Edward. Nowhere to go for a Hilda deep inside the pit like that. ONIC win the first turtle trade. Now Light comes in. Perk almost gets taken down. Oh, Light so close to going down. It's all ONIC from here.
Good coverage there by Super Prince and Brusco to really help Kirk. It would not have helped the cause of ONIC if Kirk fell there. Of course, Domikite still locked in with getting gold. As Severo left lane a little bit, Doming was able to get a few hits on the tower. He still gets the hit on the second. At this point, it would be the third crab, excuse me. But Severo does have an EXP lead. He's gonna go for the double lane 3 minutes in.
Okay, so pretty safe start anyway. You know, 1 kill did go over, but nonetheless objective as well. Aurora, not too much ground that they have to cover. Because they have a Harley, they can make this happen really quickly if they're able to go ahead and focus down on a potential gank in one of these off lanes here. It's more so of who do they actually go for. Part of it is playing around the tempo of, again, Brusco, what he's been doing. He's so proactive on this Cho here, giving information over, and it just kind of leading into this. Super Prince has the Avatar of the Guardian himself. I don't know if he's going to get rid of that or not, or if he's actually going to try to just utilize it here, but we might look to see if ONIC can actually be the ones to go ahead and start something up before the next turtle comes up.
Severo finally gets a last hit on the crab between the 2 gold laners.
Oh, Brusco!
Brusco looking for that kick, finds it off angle. He does catch a deadly magic, plus the combo, the gourd, throws out that Gosh, and the AOG closes off the exit. Now Super Prince does not save Brusco, and in comes Edward, wailing away, looking for targets. King Kong can't fight. Now there's the AOG stolen away by Prince, gets out of there. Light.
They're gonna dive Domenkite, and then first tower breaks up top. ONIC are looking to see if they can expedite that process.
2 between the lanes anyways. Kirk leading Edward slightly. Well, no, hold on. Yes, quick math. It's about the same between him and mid. Gold lane is nearly dead even, so this is more so who has the upper hand in terms of timing with the ultimates or the kits that they have here, and that's what we've seen ONIC a lot of times. Aside from that kick that was off by Brusco, that's going to happen sometimes, especially when you're trying to get that angle just right.
Yeah.
And that's where that tough work comes in for Brusco on this Cho to utilize it. Blade of Hephaestus, first item for Edward locked in. Genius Wand 2, pick up now for RORA, so that's going to help UA's damage burst profile a little bit more.
Yeah, so a lot of the problems that ONIC might have in team fights when it comes to reaching the gourd, reaching the Clint, is also answered now by the fact that Super Friends keeps getting the Avatar of Guardian of the Gatot Kacha. And I think that's going to be okay. Keep that pick up. You don't need to rush for or get the Mystic Gush. You'll have enough damage in your dive. Just go all in the idea of getting in the face of RORA to make the gourd and the Clint uncomfortable.
Yeah, you put enough pressure there where you can't even get the right line up there with the ultimate of the gourd for UA. Oh, this pressure on Severo.
Severo answers with a blazing duet. Down in the jungle, though, they find DK, the celebrity. Gets caught down by a 3-man paparazzi squad.
Oh, Yue and Edward. Okay, good projectile there by Yue. It gives space for Domikite and Light to push that tower up top. Severo not falling is good. But Super Friends has an angle to hold. 10 seconds for the next turtle. I think it's going to be all ONIC for that one, unless Aurora catch ONIC off guard.
Dear God, off cam, the beast actually took DK's lunch money.
Yeah.
That is a purpleless Harley going into the final turtle.
We were wondering where they were going to put the pressure. They put it on the jungler of RORA. Demon Kite goes down, now is buffless. Turtles up here, last one of the game. And ONIC has control of this. RORA might want to just let this one go.
And there's nowhere for Edward to go. The gush, the full combo, the answer, blazing duet, the forward push. Brusco gets punished. And there's an AOG by Light, no one home. And they force back Edward. King Kong looking to run him through, run him over, and he'll find Yue. King Kong takes him down. Dominic got the damage in there just yet. There will be a momentum swing. Super Prince takes down Light, and no one else follows. The Super Fam get on out of there.
Severo also gets to open up the map in the mid with a push there. And he did a great little job. Instead of actually committing a full blazing duet chase onto Yue and RORA, he decided to back off, which pulled the attention from Light away from RORA. He was able to survive. He got space because he knows he doesn't need to be the sweeper all the time. You're playing through a Leomord. All of the conditions that we laid down for ONIC to hit are being met perfectly by ONIC.
Yeah, you can see that with the way these items are falling into place for them too. Severo's going to go ahead and knock down this tier 1. He should be able to get it just in time. Yep, RORA won't be able to defend that one. So opening up the map even further up to this point. ONIC has control of it, and I think even to an extent they'll continue to at least give information and put pressure on the purple buff of Demon Kite as Brusco and Kirk are both around here. But since King Kong doesn't really have to worry about this. Actually, he's going to rotate for this too. I guess they just want to fight it out, knowing that these tier 1s are down in the mid, but it will be secured by Demon Kite. Demon Kite now picks up the Malefic Gun. So the hope here is that he's had enough time to farm up to where he needs to make this Clint now shine, as he's got the range to duel with. I think your main point, though, is the problem you pointed out earlier, Renmar. It's, you know, for the most part, Super Friends taking the Avatar of the Guardian. It's so efficient on making RORA kind of scrambled in a way on what to do. And because I mentioned this earlier in the draft too, Edward being on a Hilda, it's a little, it's so honest the way that he approaches the fight. So it's not like Edward can swing around to the backside or try to cut some off or replicate that pressure against ONIC.
And that's the thing. When he does try to swing for the backside, that's all he does.
Yeah.
Because just the same, RORA can flicker out of the way from ONIC's dive. ONIC can do the same to Edward, pick him off, and then go again.
I think Edward needs to stay with the back line so that he can power of Wildness the entry of the Claude. ONIC are going for the blitz on the Lord.
Lord now at a 10th of its health, a 12th, a 16th, and the Super Fam secure with very little resistance.
Let's go!
Light catches a lot. Look at the back line. He gets the kick on a Demon Kite, and Severo finishes the job. How did the Bruiser do that? And they find the next target, Edward. No bush nearby, forcing you in to get that gush through and a flicker. ONIC are just calling all the shots.
Brusco made up for the one-off that he missed the angle. Now he finds the mark in Demon Kite. They're going to take down this tier 2 in the mid as well.
Brusco is on a hot streak. He's got educated feet, man. Like, sure, he missed one, but whatever else followed just keeps Aurora honest.
Yeah, that was a conceal from mid two. Lord marching down bottom. ONIC looks like they could get more towers. Everything has gone well for the Super Fam, but they still cannot get greedy here up against a Gord and a Clint. Wave clear is actually terrific.
Yeah, the wave clear biggest thing right now for Aurora to potentially turn the game around. They still have to solve the issue of either avoiding Brusco's setup every time that flicker is going to be available, and even if he does have it,
Whoa.
Deadly Magic thrown out, Lord will charge in.
That's what you call the business of wall banging.
Yeah.
Brusco's just backing in, backing out, forcing a response. That's why he caught the Deadly Magics, allowed for the rest of ONIC to pop that shield.
Yeah, that was a perfect space creation by Brusco. And I liked the idea of the Cho even before he came out, because I was reminded of that absolute crazy win. Wait!
Oh! They break out a fight. Kirk here catches, what, 2-3 seconds in the combo. Now they punish Edward! Edward Balboa falls! King Kong once more. They push him back. Another Deadly Magic's caught here by the Super Fams. Cavalier. King Kong backs off.
I think they can get the tower and a few pokes on the tower in mid. They have the numbers advantage, and there's no Hilda.
Yeah, they can focus on the turret.
Brusco again. A one-man army pushing back.
Oh,
Aurora Light comes through. They just want this. They call it the momentum, the charge, the pushback. Light take it down.
Wow! That was just great execution by King Kong to get that knockback onto Light, and the follow-up by ONIC. That was gorgeous.
Yep, though they work for this turret.
Still can't get it though.
1 HP. Okay, they're not going to get it down, but hey, I think ONIC is happy with that. They're still in the driver's seat throughout this game. They've controlled everything up to this point.
As the great Mr. Chow said, but did the turret die? So it's worth it.
It's worth it.
For now.
For now. It's 1 HP away. I think, then again, it's something that this lineup can do is just buy enough time to go ahead and clear these waves out. I think part of it, though, is Aurora is struggling to figure out how to approach these team fights.
Yep.
Because if they do if Light jumps too forward, then who's going to peel for Domikite? If it's Edward, again, Edward can only really run in one direction, right? That's the biggest problem with this Hilda XP lane.
I feel like overthinks in the draft are very active. Though I understand the Atlas ban. Maybe I'm just a little bit biased towards the Atlas. Valentina ended up with ONIC, so the fact that Edward's on something like a Hilda, I think should have been a different pick.
Well, right now, fighting for this Lord, Aurora shows even down at 8,000 gold that they're willing to get in range for it, but maybe this is just a feint. Deadly Magic's thrown out. They should get out of here.
Lord here gets secured easy by the Super Fam. They're looking to punish Light, but Light skedaddles. AOG stole Super Prince. He flickers back. All of that just to steal the orange away.
Let's see how many towers Aurora are gonna lose here. Is their wave clear good enough? The Gord is only up to a glowing wand.
Hold up. Even on the fadeaway, Demon Kite still got his orange.
Yeah.
Yeah, he grabbed it.
Has his core items, but right now ONIC can take a lot of that. I mean, as long as Severo isn't the guy taking it. Oh, but he has a Winter Crown also. Oh, this could be it.
Even Kirk could take like 3 seconds of the full combo.
Yeah.
We saw that just a little bit ago.
And still re-engage.
Yeah, Radiant Armor, Athena Shield is pretty much all Kirk really needed to withstand that.
Plus the top boots.
But yeah, plus tough dudes. Yeah, that's part of it too. Turret finally falls in the bottom lane. Lord is there. ONIC, do they try to punch this one in with a win? They don't have a wave pushing in. That's the unfortunate thing off this Lord. They don't really have further waves other than the mid. Can they get this though? It's going to be cleared out pretty quickly.
Brusco coming through! Kicking Edward in, but Brusco will fall. They trade out for that
King Kong!
And King Kong finds DK. Down goes that little magical baby boy. And there's just 4 defenders left. Aurora have lost one of their cores. ONIC gonna take this slow as they take 10,000 gold up on Aurora.
That's worth it, man. In our own RGs, that's when we'd be saying, nice trade, nice trade.
Yeah, nice trade. I think they wanted to potentially take the top one too. Severo held on to the Blazing Duet. Didn't have to use it. ONIC showing discipline. They just get a base turret. Yes, they have to sacrifice Brusco for that, but worth the trade. They'll take what they want from Aurora and further in their lead at 10,000 up.
So Dominic still got a good time getting farm. He's only 1 full item behind Severo, if I'm not mistaken. Severo's about to complete his last one, which I believe will be the Malefic Gun. Well, Dominic just got the first component for his last item after getting the Sea Halberd. This could be a BOD, let's see. While the difference between the mid laners, again, as we've said a lot this season, this is how you can tell if it's comebackable or not. once Yue gets his 4th item, unfortunately not his 3rd, then it's ONIC not ending the game quick enough, and RORA can definitely make a comeback. But so far, he's only up to a Blood Wings, and still on the way to the 3rd item. So it's going to be a long time until RORA can make a comeback. ONIC just, well, they shouldn't throw, to put it bluntly.
Yeah, if they end up losing this game, that's kind of what it's chalked up to. Divine Glaive's picked up, though, finally, here for the Gord.
In juxtaposition, they should throw themselves at Aurora.
Yeah.
Now that they have a 10,000 gold lead, just ride that to victory. Blitz this Lord coming up in 10.
Yeah.
And then end there.
Yeah. If Aurora still just survives this Lord, that's alarm blares ringing already.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not impossible to come back from these types of deficits if you're Aurora, you know,
For sure.
9, 10,000 gold. We've seen it before. That can happen. This Lord is up. ONIC's going to go ahead and start it. Aurora has the information here, though.
They're still going to try to contest. They try to blitz down Light, forcing out a Revitalize from that Gatot Gacha. Lord at a 3rd of its health. There's a projectile thrown out by Yue. And it gets soft reset. Wow, ONIC are respecting Rora.
Yeah. Demon Kite is way too close within retry range. Brusco still has his kick, though.
No, Light's probably got to go back to reset this. He already used his regen and the Revitalize, so with Light gone, they're going to delay it further.
Oh, Brusco catches the Deadly Magics, tries to... Oh! There's the BMI, there's the Gush. Down goes Light, Super Prince takes him down. That is a man advantage for the Super Fam. And now the Lord still standing. Frozen! DK with the steal! But they punish Yue. They run through the rest of Aurora.
Bang!
As Dominkai falls. 3 for the Lord.
ONIC needed to clean up house. Demon Cat and Edward are the only ones left. Lord spawns in 10 seconds while minion waves are crashing for ONIC.
Far from unfavorable. ONIC still go for it. The Lord will spawn in 10, but they will end right here, right now. The Super Fam are on the board, 1 for 1.